Now we'll head to Cairo, Egypt. Rick Brennan, Regional Emergency Director for the World Health Organization. Rick, thank you for being with us once again.
Thank you.
Okay, so Gaza's health system, it wasn't great before the war, but it was a lot better than nothing. So is restoring what was there 2 months ago even realistic right now, even if the fighting ended completely tomorrow?
Actually, John, the health system in Gaza prior to the conflict was a reasonably well-functioning system. In fact, the health outcomes, life expectancy, child deaths, maternal deaths were about a middle range for the Middle East region. So under very difficult circumstances, the medical staff and the public health staff of Gaza were doing a remarkably good job. But as you've indicated, that system has been degraded enormously since the start of the conflict. From 36 functioning public hospitals, we're now down to 12. There's only 4 facilities functioning in the north now. One of them, Al Hospital, has only around 30 functioning beds. The other hospital, Al Sahaba, is a maternity hospital, and it's primarily providing services for women. The other 2 facilities are basically providing outpatient care. So we've gone from around 3,500 beds down to 1,400 beds. Those remaining facilities will be very vulnerable if there is a further escalation and another IDF military offensive.
So right now we're looking at a death toll of around 15,000. That's according to the Hamas-controlled health ministry in Gaza. So nothing is done. If this downward slide in medical services continues, which by all accounts, by all possibility, looks like that's what's going to happen, will the number who die ever really be known? Right now, there are thousands unaccounted for under the rubble. How do we know how many people will actually be dead by the end of all of this?
Yeah, well, the numbers you're providing there are the estimates for the numbers that have been killed through the conflict itself, the direct deaths from injury. So, we can never have a fully accurate number for deaths from injury or from deaths from any cause in war. What my colleague Margaret Harris, who you had on earlier, was referring to was the indirect consequences, indirect health consequences of conflict. That is increased rates of infectious diseases because of the breakdown of the public health system, and also increased deaths from chronic diseases such as diabetes and kidney failure and high blood pressure and heart disease, because people no longer have access to their normal medications and healthcare providers. So we are extremely concerned with the overcrowded conditions, the unsanitary conditions that many of the close to 1.7 million displaced people are living under. The situation for the risk of large-scale disease outbreaks is very, very high. We're already seeing increased rates of worsening illness and death due to the chronic diseases. So as she's indicated, those indirect deaths, if you like, could be higher at the end of this conflict than those caused by injuries.